Hi guys, welcome back. So as promised, I wanted to go over some things from my Thailand getaway trip with EF Ultimate Break. Just some things I wish I had known before the trip, some things to be aware of, and yeah, all right, let's get to it. Okay, so number one is how hot Thailand is. I know this sounds kind of silly, but I currently live in North Carolina. I'm used to really hot, humid summers. I just kind of expected it to be like that, was like no problem. I was very wrong. Thailand was so incredibly warm. I never knew that like knees could sweat. I think my toes were sweating, my elbows were sweating, like literally every pore in my body. So I would definitely recommend bringing some sort of like portable mini fan to carry around, maybe some liquid IV if you tend to get dehydrated a lot. I knew it was gonna be hot, but I was a little bit egotistical and I thought I can handle it, it'll be fine. I was fine, but I think I would have been better if I had brought some sort of like fan, mister, liquid IV, something. I think it would have taken the edge off a little bit. So another thing to be prepared for in Thailand is that street vendors, market people, all of that, they're gonna be pretty pushy when they're trying to sell you their product. Even if you happen to just like glance at something, there's a good chance that somebody is gonna be like, hey, look at me, come, do you wanna buy it? Yes, yes. Say no if you don't want to buy it. That's not a big deal. You might have to say it a few times, but don't worry. That's really normal. They're not just going after you. And then the other thing that our tour director let us know that I wanted to let you guys know is that do bargain. For street vendors, for shopping, all of that, that's normal, that's expected. Our tour director had recommended start at about half price of what it's marketed for, and then just bargain from there, and bargain to whatever you're comfortable with, but you don't have to pay like the price that it's marketed at. They expect people to bargain. So piggybacking off of the whole bargaining thing, Thailand is a relatively inexpensive country to travel in. You can get a full meal. I think one of the meals I got in Thailand was like a whole thing of pad thai, spring rolls, a smoothie, and a water bottle, and it was equivalent to like 6 USD. So I think it was around like maybe 500 baht, something like that. Don't quote my math. So if something seems expensive, you want to do some conversions, see how much it is. If you think it's too expensive, it probably is. A lot of the street vendors, food, you're gonna find a lot of similar things. So don't be afraid to say no to one person and keep looking unless it's like exactly what you're looking for and the price sounds good to you and all of that. Go ahead, buy it. But other than that, don't worry. If it seems expensive, it probably is. Even at the, nicer high-end places like restaurants that I went to, still nothing was like out of the world expensive. Like we went to a super fancy restaurant in Phuket, and it was still the equivalent of only like, I don't know, like 20 USD, I think. And that was for like appetizer, full entree, a couple alcoholic drinks. Like it really wasn't that bad. So if it does seem too overpriced to you, don't worry about it. So I just want to be honest with you guys, keep it real. I would be prepared in Thailand to see a lot of trash, especially in Bangkok. I know you're thinking probably I've been to big cities or I've been in New York City or whatever. I've been in New York City too. I've been to a lot of big cities. It did have more trash in my experience than other cities. So be prepared for that. I mean, there were like mounds of trash bags, garbage, and like the floating markets, there was a ton of like plastic because the drinking water isn't safe there. So they use a ton of plastic. They dump a lot of stuff just like straight into the rivers and stuff. So be prepared for trash. Even in Phuket, like when we went to Maya Bay, which was beautiful, they had originally shut that down, I believe 4 years ago, because humans had wrecked it so much. And even after all of the restoration that's taken place over, the last 4 or 5 years since it closed and reopened, there was still a good amount of trash in the water, like floating up onto the beach. So like I said, I just want to be honest. I don't feel like it took away too much from the trip, but it was just something I wasn't prepared for, so I just wanted to let you guys know that is something you're gonna see. Okay, so I think this is going to be kind of a hot topic, so bear with me here, but animal tourism in Thailand. There's a lot of it. It made me very uncomfortable. A lot of like dirty small cages that like monkeys were in, like dirty fish tanks, little like rabbits creatures. I don't know what they are called, but like the little fluffy creatures that have like the huge eyes that look like scared. They had a lot of snakes that were just in like really teeny tiny small cages, very dirty, seemed very unhealthy. Just be prepared for that. Don't when they say you want to hold, they're gonna ask for money because you held them. I wouldn't recommend doing that because that's just encouraging them to continue. Elephants. I know a lot of people are gonna be interested in elephant sanctuaries. I would have thought that this would be a little bit more widespread, but I don't think it is. It's very unethical to ride elephants. It's very harmful to them. They don't enjoy it when they are conditioned to do that. It's normally through a lot of abuse. Please, please, please don't ride elephants. Thankfully, I only saw that once, and it was like in Phuket. It was a little, literally right off the highway. It was just like a dirt road, and it looked like there was like 3 or 4 elephants with like little saddles on them, and they were just like walking around in circles on like a sand like lot. It was very sad, very distressing. Please, please, please don't ride elephants. Secondly, for elephant sanctuaries, please do your research. I know a lot of places say, oh, this is very ethical, this is a sanctuary. It's not normal for elephants to be surrounded by hundreds of people, groups of people, every day, all day, getting water thrown on them, getting mud. A lot of the times they'll say, oh, they have free reign, they can leave and come and go whenever they want. No, a lot of the time there's a worker right there like making sure that they stay there for the people to throw water on them, to bathe them. The sanctuary that we went to, Chang Chil, they do a lot of elephant education. They do a lot of elephant rehabilitation, and they were telling us about how elephants are extremely sensitive to sound, overstimulation. They don't like all of that. And again, when elephants are just chilling there, letting hundreds of people do all that, they've probably been abused and conditioned to it, or they've been drugged or something. Like, I wouldn't recommend doing it. Another thing is feeding the elephants directly. You're not teaching them to forage for food, you're teaching them to rely on humans. The sanctuary we went to, we chopped up bananas and sugarcane and all of that and put them in little like enrichment tubes that they had to like search for. And after that was chopped up, we sat back and we got to watch them. Once again, no one was holding them. They just know like, oh, it's snack time, and they free for all walked down, took their spots, and they started snacking, and then they could leave when they were done snacking. There's nobody there. Very good to see. They all seem very happy. Yeah, just please, please, please do your research. Think about what's natural. What would, these creatures be doing in the wild? They wouldn't be surrounded by all those people. They wouldn't be getting baths 10 times a day. Please just think about it, do your research. Okay, so I think I might have mentioned this in my other videos about Thailand, but I am not a beer girl. Thailand has beer readily available. There are 2 kinds because of the monopoly in Thailand, and that was great. They're very inexpensive, widely available. I am not a beer girl. I am much more of like cocktail, wine, all of that in my experience. And, we went to limited places, so I can't, speak for everywhere. But in my experience, wine wasn't super available. There was some wine coolers. I tried one, very, very sweet. I did not enjoy the cocktails in Thailand. Very watered down, very weak, and they were very, very sugary. Like, I had one and I was like, I don't need dessert, I'm good. Again, that was just my experience, but you also don't need to drink alcohol to have a good time on a trip. So again, didn't take away from my trip at all, just something I thought I would share with you guys. You guys can do the research at your own risk, But when you go to Phuket, if you choose to go out, the big place to go out in Phuket is Bangla Road. It's where like all of the bars, clubs, all of that is. I went with my husband and a couple people from our group, and we walked the roads. We didn't go in anywhere. I am an old lady. I like to go to sleep, so we didn't go in anywhere. But our tour director informed us of this, as did other people in our group who were roped into this. But if you go to Bangla Road, you're gonna see a lot of people advertising these things called ping pong shows. I'm not going to go into a deep description of it. I don't necessarily encourage you to research it. All I can say is that our tour director is very upset that this is part of Thai culture. People are actively working to ban these things. The people in our group who did go, they said it was pretty disturbing, gross. They're like when I tell you people are gonna try and advertise it to you, I mean like maybe every 10 or 20 feet there was somebody with a sign like ping pong show. Be aware, go at your own risk. If you wanna look it up, I'm just warning you, I wouldn't do it around small children. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Based on what other people said when they went, they were not a fan. And our tour director also said that it is not an accurate reflection of Thai culture. So this was my number one thing that I really wish I had known prior to going to Thailand: toilets. So a lot of the places you're gonna go, they're gonna be like, yeah, we have a toilet, you can use it. Most of them will not have toilet paper. A lot of them will just be kind of like very, very low to the ground, like toilet bowls, like not super sanitary, because they believe in bidets over there, which is totally fine. But if you need toilet paper, a lot of the times they're not gonna be there. Also, a lot of bathrooms did not have soap. You can imagine what that is like. So my biggest number one tip is to please bring like a pack of tissues or something, and some either like sanitary wipes, hand sanitizer, or mini soap or something, so that you can wash your hands and wipe if you need to. But yeah, that would be my number one thing that I would recommend for going to Thailand. So what if you forget to pack something for your Thailand trip? Have no fear, 7-Eleven is there. You might be like, what are you talking about? Isn't that a convenience store in the United States? It is, and it is also super popular in Thailand. The hotels that we happen to stay at always had 7-Elevens very close. When I would Google it, there was always a bunch of locations to choose from. It will have everything you probably might have forgotten. It also has where you get all your snacks. They have a lot of meals there. They have a lot of drinks there, and it's all very inexpensive. If you need lotion, face wash, makeup remover, nail clippers, headphones, phone charger, literally everything is at 7-Eleven, and it's affordable, it's inexpensive. So don't fear, 7-Eleven is probably near. And if you want to try some authentic Thai snacks, absolutely go to a 7-Eleven. We one night got like a whole bunch of stuff, and we all shared, try stuff. It's definitely worth going to, trying, be adventurous. Okay, and then as far as packing goes, my biggest packing regret is, yes, I still packed everything in a carry-on and a backpack, and I'm very impressed with myself, but I still overpacked, and I know that's like pretty normal, everyone overpacks, but at least for the Thailand Getaway trip, I think I overpacked because a lot of the time when we were doing multiple activities in a day, we weren't necessarily going back to the hotel in between activities. So things that I was like, oh, I'll change into this outfit for this thing. You can bring stuff and you can change, but honestly, you're gonna be hot, you're gonna be sweaty. I did not need as many outfits as I thought I needed. I felt pretty good about the stuff that I did bring. I just didn't need so much of it. So you can watch my packing video and then maybe take out like a third of that. All right, so if you guys have stuck around this long, thank you so much. I hope that these, tips and things to know before you go were helpful. I hope that if you're going to Thailand in the future, or if you're planning to go on EF Ultimate Breaks, 2 different Thailand trips, that you can take some of these things into account and you'll be prepared for your future trips. As always, there's a link in the description below if you want to book your first trip with EF Ultimate Break. Book through that link below and I'll activate my discount code and you'll get $100 off your first trip. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Feel free, if you do have any questions, to comment on the video below. I try and get back to the comments as quickly as I can, usually within a day. Okay guys, happy traveling!